Like my third grade like school teacher for orchestra, she used to call it bass wrestling, like taking the case out. It is very accurate. So this is the double bass. We carry it around in these soft bags. It protects it. Mostly, it's not waterproof, although it may look like it's waterproof. But it does a substantially good job of keeping it dry and keeping it, protected from dings and scratches. I have another case. In this particular case, there are two bows. One of them I've had since I was in high school, so I like to hold on to that one. Brings back good memories. And here, I have a mute, an Allen key. Down here, a box of rosin. And I have two pipes. I like to use Pops, and I like to use Colstein soft rosin. Take the case off. Gotta wrestle it out. This is my bass. This particular instrument, I've had it in my possession since March of 2022. In my second year of my master's, I got it. This particular bass is thought to be made sometime between 1690 and 1720. I kind of like the mystery of not knowing certifiably who owned it and where it's been, but I really like the idea that a lot of my favorite music was composed while this bass was alive. The owner before me of this bass did a lot of the work on it himself, and so it's kind of a little ragtag Frankenstein bass. Some of it is off kilter and makes it a little bit awkward to play when I hand it to my friends. They're not super sure where the notes are. I immediately loved the sound. It's a very deep core to it, but yet it's also still bright, and I can get a variety of colors with it. It's done me very well. I won my position on this bass, and I hope to continue to play this bass for a really long time. Well, I first started my musical journey on the violin and on the piano. I remember always wanting to play something low, whether it was the tuba, the trombone, and particularly the bass, just because my dad is a cellist and my brother is a cellist. In third grade, when we were living in Boston, I had the option to make my own choice. I knew immediately it was the bass. No issues there picking it. As soon as I found out that they made basses small enough for little kids, and I was a very small kid, it was an easy choice. I knew I wanted to be in music. For a while, it was like, oh, it's the family thing. I think it's I'll just do it. But as I got older and played more, I really fell in love with it. And in high school, I think I was a freshman in high school, I was playing Beethoven Symphony No. 8 with my youth orchestra. Something about that piece and that performance I just really wanted to play in an orchestra. And I'm really fortunate to have grown up doing youth orchestra, playing with the Boston Youth Symphony Orchestras, and doing various summer festivals as a kid, like Boston University Tanglewood Institute and the National Youth Orchestra of the US. And those things really, really helped propel me into where I am today. What I would tell to any young musician, whether they be a bass player, a violinist, a flutist, a trombone player, I think is just to don't stress out too much about it. The music's supposed to be fun. I mean, obviously there are times to stress about things, but I think the more you just let yourself love what you do, and I think that'll help you stay on the track of progressing and honing in on your skills. And I think it's really just important to have fun at the end of the day. I have fun every day at work when I go to, even if it's a piece I don't particularly like. I love playing with the orchestra, and I love playing the bass, and there's just a feeling it's like nothing else. So have fun with it. The way that the people of Toronto interact with the symphony is very special. I have various conversations with patrons as they're walking off the stage, and I'm collecting my million objects that I need for my bass, and they're all so thankful that we do what we do and happy that they got to hear a concert. And I remember one time after we did Home Alone with the film, and someone came up to me and he was like asking me a specific question about how many keyboards are the keyboardists playing? Like, how many instruments do they have to play at a time? And I answered the questions like, oh, we have various people playing different things, and some people have to move around. And then he looked up at me and was like, man, this was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. And And I was like, wow, that's really cool. We get to make people happy for a living. That's awesome.